Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It's another episode of Sisters Gist, and today's story is vexing me. It's vexing me. I'm just vexing. I don't even think I'm going to have an opinion about this matter because I'm vexing. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so like I said, today's story is vexing me. I don't know why I'm taking this story personal. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's get started. Let me just share the story. So this story is between Betsy and Sholakwe. Of course, the names are not real. Betsy, I think I like the name Betty, right? So between Betty and Sholakwe, and I will be sharing the story from Betty's perspective. So you're taking the story as that it is Betty that is actually sharing the story. Okay. All right. So Betty said that she's a Christian lady who loves the Lord and serves the Lord, who also has a past like many of us. I mean, we all have one or two things we're not proud of. But to be honest, I think some people have more past than some of us. So she's someone that had a past, but she often don't talk about her past because she believed that those things they are all in the past. Yeah. So she doesn't really talk about them. And she has this friend who she considered her best friend. Her name, for the sake of the story, is Sholakwe. So herself and Sholakwe attend the same church. So they are like friends, sisters in the same church, and also friends. So they have quite a good relationship. Betty said she began to notice Sholakwe attitudes towards church things. She just knew that her commitment towards church activities was reducing, and Sholakwe had been kind of distant in a way. They've not really talked in quite a while and all that. She noticed that attitude on about Sholakwe and decided to call her to talk to her and find out what is wrong with her. According to Betty, she had to beg her to talk for a while before she actually opened up. And Sholakwe opened up to Betty how she's considering sleeping with a man to get a job. Actually, Sholakwe was in a very bad financial situation. Ever since she graduated, she didn't get a job. She had not gotten a job ever since she graduated, and she's in a whole lot of financial mess. And she really just needed a job. According to her, the job was going to pay her really well, and the man in charge of the job was just saying, if you don't sleep with me, I will not give you this job. And she was already considering it because she felt it's a one time off thing. I mean, it's not like I'm going to continue sleeping with this man. So let me just do it this one time. I know God will forgive me. And we move on. Those were Sholakwe's thoughts. So, according to Betty, when Betty heard Sholakwe talk like that, she tried to encourage her. She quoted scripture. She told her how her body is a temple of the Lord, how she should know that fornication is a sin, how she should know that sleeping with a man is a sin against God and against her body, blah 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 blah. But Shalakwe told Betty that I'm a Christian too. I've known God for quite a number of years. I know all those scriptures. And even with the knowledge of those scriptures, I have still decided to go on to sleep with this man. In fact, she was going to fix an appointment with the man that same day. So Betty felt, okay, since you're already so familiar with the scripture, let me share something you're not familiar with. And Betty decided to share her past with Sholakwe. She told her how she, used to chill with the big boys, how she was doing all the kitty kitty and kata kata about. She was telling Sholakwe how she got so used to taking free things from guys, to living a flamboyant life that she herself cannot afford. And in order to maintain that life, she had to keep sleeping with rich men, rich guys, to just get what she wants. That her philosophy back then was to use what she has to get what she wants. So she told Sholakwe how she later met Christ, how she later gave her life to Christ, and she decided to stop her old lifestyle. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know now, she already got pregnant, and because she wanted to obey God, she didn't want to do anything against the will of God. She didn't want to take the life of an innocent child. She decided to keep the pregnancy, which brought her a whole lot of shame in our community, knowing very well what kind of things she used to do, the kind of life she used to live. But God helped her to live, to overcome the challenges of those times, and she was able to give birth to the child, which she dropped the child with her mom, and she moved to the city to start a job, and now she's living her life in a new church. Nobody really knows her past. She doesn't talk about it, not because she's ashamed of it, because she knows that all things are passed away, but because she does not just feel comfortable talking about it, but because of the situation that Sholape is right now, that she just had to share that story. That apart from that, she feels that the reason why she is still single, even though she's of age, like she's already above 30, the reason why she's still single is because of her past. She said that brothers who have shown interest in her, the moment she shares her past with them, they just seem to, start staying away. They withdraw their attention, they withdraw their commitment, and she feels that the reason why she hasn't gotten married is because of her past, and she advises Sholakwe that you don't want to go through that. So she advises Sholakwe to, in order to avoid such heartache, such headache, such a life, tainting her life with such a past, that she should just not go for it. She wouldn't want to have to share that kind of experience, or she wouldn't want to have such experience. And she advised Sholakwe. Sholakwe, hearing the story, she was surprised, and she changed her mind. She decided not to sleep with a man, knowing that the consequences was going to be too great for her to bear. So moving on, their relationship was good. Their relationship was smooth. That's the relationship between Betty and Sholakwe. There was this brother in church. Let's call him Bro John, because that's just the name of our typical Christian brother, right? Bro John. So Bro John is all those brothers that seem as if they are too spiritual to get married. Yeah, like they already have everything, but they are too focused on God that they are not shining their eyes to see any sister. Bro John was that kind of brother. So Bro John started giving Sister Betty attention, started showing his interest about, marital interest towards Betty. Betty prayed about it, and she was convinced that Brother John was a good person and she could go ahead with a relationship with him. So she said yes to Bro John, which she later had to tell her friend Sholape. She told her friend Sholape that, oh, this brother came around, proposed, and I said yes, blah blah blah. Sholape was so happy to hear that finally Betty has finally found a brother. However, Sholape asked Betty if she had told Brother John about her past, and Betty looked so sad. She began to cry. She said she hadn't, that she was too afraid, and it's been eating her up inside, because she knows that she's supposed to have discussed the matter with Brother John before even accepting his proposal, but she was too afraid that Brother John would withdraw his commitment, his attention, like every other brother, and she hadn't told Brother John about it. She was in tears. She was really sad. So Sholakwe and Betty decided to pray about it. Sholakwe encouraged her to talk to Brother John about the matter, and they prayed together. So moving on, Betty told Sholakwe about their wedding plans. They fixed the wedding date. They started planning. Sholakwe was happy for Betty, really. But Betty began to notice that Sholakwe started giving her distance. However, Betty decided to excuse her because she just got a new job that is taking all of her attention. In fact, Sholakwe had told Betty that she will not be able to attend her wedding because she would be traveling for a training, which Betty found really sad, because she wanted Sholakwe to be her best lady. But there was nothing she could do, so she excused Sholakwe most of the time during her wedding preparation. So on a night to their wedding, Betty received a WhatsApp message from Bro John, soon to be husband.